Krishna Preyasi Namo Namaha Krishna Preyasi Namo Namaha Radha Krishna Seva Pavo Hey Abhilasi Seva Pavo Ye Tomara Sharan Loy Tara Vancha Purna Hoy Kripa Kori Koro Tare Vrindavanavasi Vrindavanavasi Morae Abhilas Vilas Kunja Diyovas Nayane Haribo Sada Yogalaru Parasi Nevedhana Dhara Sakhiranugata Koro Sevadhikara diye Karo Nijadasi Karo Nijadasi Dina Krishna Dase Koi Eyena Mora Hoy Shri Radha Govinda Preme Sadayana Bhasi Govinda Preme Sadayana Namo Namaha Tulasi Krishna Preyasi Namo Namaha Namo Namaha Yani Kani Cha Papani Brahmatyadikani Cha Tani Tani Pranashanti Pradakshina Pade Pade Yani Kani Cha Papani Brahmatyadikani Pradakshina Pade Pade. I know. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Vrinda Devi, Jaya Vrinda Devi, Jaya Vrinda Devi, Jaya Vrinda Devi. Jaya Tulsi Maharani, Jaya Tulsi Maharani, Jaya Tulsi Maharani, Jaya Tulsi Maharani. तुलसी महारानी की, श्री श्री वृंदा देवी की। चरण पद्मा केवल भक्ति सद्मा चरण पद्मा केवल भक्ति सद्मा बन्द मोय सावधान माते जहरा प्रसाद भाई ए भव तोरिया जाय कृष्ण प्राप्ति होय जा होयते कृष्ण प्राप्ति होय जा होयते गुरुमुख पद्मा वाक्य चित्ते कोरिया ख्या चित्ते कोरिया ख्या अरना कोरियो माने आशा श्री गुरु चराने रति ऐसे उत्तम गति जय प्रसाद पूरे सर्वाशा जय प्रसाद पूरे सर्वाशा पूरे सर्वाशा चक्षुदान दिलो जय जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से चक्षुदान दिलो जय जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशितो दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशितो प्रेम भक्ति जा लोकेनाथ लोकेरा जीवाना हा हा प्रभु करो दया देहो मोरे पाद छाया हा हा प्रभु करो दया देहो मोरे पाद छाया के विराग सूत्र भुवाना ए विराग सूत्र भुवाना जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा शिल प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा शिल प्रभुपदा नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणे श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, then you need to come back with another tune for that. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Ite Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prachardane Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschachare Satardane. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gaura Chande Arati Kesava. Kiva Jaya Jaya Gaura Chande Kesava. Janavi Tattavane Jagamana Lopa. Janavi Tattavane Jagamana Lopa. Kivadake Shan Bamegarada Nikate Advaita Srini Vasa Chatradara Kiva Vase Ache Gaurachan Vasting Hasane Arati Karena Brahma Adi Devagane Nara Hari Adi Kori Chamaratulaya Sanjaya Mukunda Basu Goshadigaya Sangha Bhaje Gandha Bhaje Bhaje Karahatala Sangha Bhaje Gandha Bhaje Bhaje Karahatala Madhura Mridanga Bhaje Paramarasala Madhur 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 Bhaje Hey Madhur 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 Bhaje Sangha Bhaje Gandha Bhaje Madhur 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 Bhaje Sangha Bhaje Gandha Bhaje Madhur 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 Bhaje Sangha Bhaje Gandha Bhaje Madhur 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 Bhaje Haribo 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 Gaura Haribo Nithai Gaur Haribo 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 Gaura Haribo Bahu Koti Chandra Chine Bandana Hujwala Baho Koti Chandra Jine Vanana Hudvala Gala Deshivana Mala Kore Jalamala Gala Deshivana Mala Kore Jalamala Shiva Sukha Narada Prema Gada Gada Bhakati Vinoda Deke Gaurara Sambada Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. सब लोग बोलिए Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya. Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya. Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya. Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya. Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya. Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Haribo, 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 Haribo. Nittai Gaur Haribo, 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 Gaura Haribo. Gaur Premanandi. Jai Om Vishnuvad Paramahansa Parivrajaka Charja Ashnotarat Shishimad Abhay Charanavindam Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Ananda Koti Vaishnavrinda Ki Jai ISKCON BBT Sangstavakacharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Prem Se Gaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Go Gopinath Sham Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan Ki Jai Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Shri Maya Purnamadi Dham Ki Jai Ganga Maya Jamuna Maya Ki Jai Shrimati Tulsi Devi Ki Jai Shrimati Bhakti Devi Ki Jai Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Ki Jai Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Sham Sundar Ki Jai Shri Shri Gaur Nitai Ki Jai Nitai Gaur Premanande Samveda Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Namaste Narasimhaya Prahlada Ladadaine Hiranyakashipurvakshaha Ito Narsingho Parato Narsingho Yato Yato Yami Tato Narsimho Bahir Narsimho Hridaye Narsimho Narasimhamadim Sharanam Prapade Tav Kar Kamalavare Nakam Adbhuta Shringam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Anubengam Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish नरसिम्हा भगवान की जय, नरसिम्हा देव प्रहलाद महाराज की जय, गौर प्रेमानंदे।
Okay, Shri Radha Shyam Sundar ki jai, Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhaktam. We are very fortunate to have His Grace Bhima Prabhu from here all the way from Bombay, disciple of Shri Prabhupada, BBT trustee. And we have His Grace Mukunda Datta Prabhu all the way from Vrindavan, from Govardhan. Haribo. So 30 to 40, 50 years of experience each of them has. So let us hear from them attentively, share their experience in Krishna consciousness, how we all can work together in Sri Prabhupada's society and to please him, to chant, to dance, so to feast. This is our program to going back home, back to Godhead. Is it not? Everybody agrees? Haribo! Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Get another chair? Yes. Yeah, get a chair otherwise. 2 chairs. Yeah.
I don't have a topic. Yeah. This looks attractive, right? Okay. You pick one. Hare Krishna. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जना यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जना यमुनातीरवनचारी यमुनातीरवनचारी जय जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जना यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जना यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जना यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जना यमुनातीरवनचारी यमुनातीरवनचारी Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Radha Shyama Sundar, Radha Shyama Sundar Radhe. Jaya Jagannath, Jagannath, Balaram, Subhadra. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Gurudev. Jai Om Vishwapad Paramahamsa Pratishakacharya Ashtottara Shatashi Shrimad Srila Abhayachandra Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Go Premanande. Hare Krishna. Thank you everyone for coming this evening, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak a few words about Krishna consciousness. Bhima Prabhu asked me to speak. He said he would do the kirtan and I should do the class. So by his blessings, I will attempt to say something. All of you please also pray. Madgavirapi Gopala Swikuryat Kripaya Yadi Taraivasam Payaha Pitva Hrishayustat Priyajanaha. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur prays like this. My dear Lord Gopal, only if you accept my words will they produce as your cows, then they will produce sweet milk and give pleasure to your pure devotees. So I have to pray in the same way. Vandeham Shri Guroho Shri Yatapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha. This is Bhagavad Gita as it is. Translation and commentary by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, founder and Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. There's nothing like Bhagavad Gita as it is. There's just nothing like it. You may have all experienced that. If not, please feel free to purchase a copy before you go this evening and actually read it. Don't just purchase it. You read it also. Bhagavad Gita kinchit adhita ganga jalalava karnika pita sakritapi yena murari samarcha kriyate yasya yamena nacharcha. Shankaracharya ne kaha ki agar you take a little bit of Bhagavad Gita, study it seriously, you take a little Ganga Jala upon your head, Charanamritam also, and you sincerely try to worship Murari even once, then you will not have to have an interview with whom? Yamaraj. Yeah. Just like the ICE agents. You don't like to go to an interview with the ICE agents, right? So, same thing. All right, this is chapter 8, Attaining the Supreme, and we are on text number 14. It was chosen for me. Ananya cheta satatam yomam smarati nityashaham tasyaham sulabha partha nitya yuktasya yoginaham. For one who always remembers me without deviation, I am easy to obtain, O son of Pratha, because of his constant engagement in devotional service. Why don't we repeat this? For one who always remembers me without deviation, I'm easy to obtain, O son of Pritha. Who's that? Yes. Because of his constant engagement in devotional service. What kind of service? Is your service devotional? Think about it. Tamal Krishna Goswami used to say that before you become Krishna conscious, first you have to become conscious. Purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. This verse especially describes the final destination attained by the unalloyed devotees who serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead in Bhakti Yoga. Previous verses have mentioned 4 different kinds of devotees: the distressed, the inquisitive, those who seek material gain, and the speculative philosophers. Different processes of liberation have also been described: karma yoga, jnana yoga, hatha yoga. The principles of these yoga systems have some bhakti added, but this verse particularly mentions pure bhakti yoga, without any mixture of jnana, karma, or hatha. As indicated by the word ananyacheta, in pure bhakti yoga, the devotee desires nothing but Krishna. A pure devotee does not desire promotion to heavenly planets, nor does he seek oneness with the Brahma Jyoti, or salvation, or liberation from material entanglement. A pure devotee does not desire anything. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, the pure devotee is called Nishkama. Anybody know that couplet from Chaitanya Charitamrita? It's somewhat. What is it? Bhukti mukti siddhi kami shokalaya shanto. Krishna bhakta nishkama ataibo shanto. People are mad for liberation. Mostly they're mad for material enjoyment, right? Even here in Plainfield. And if you live in Edison, you're not excused. Everybody. In the whole state of New Jersey, in particular, I know because I go everywhere. It seems New York, this area, people are mad after mainly material enjoyment. Some of them who get burnt a little bit too much, they get wise and they figure out that maybe, I need some relief. That's why Buddhism is so popular nowadays. Shanti, yeah, that's what I need. Everybody knows. But, after some time, Shanti is not really that interesting because what do we really want? Think about it. What do you really want? You don't just want peace in life, right? What do you want? You want passion, my friends. That's what you want. Be honest. And only in bhakti is passion actually accommodated. But it's not the same kind of passion that you see in this world. It's passion for God. Special transcendental passion. We'll get to that in a moment. But everybody is seeking after material enjoyment. Some of them who get wise, they seek after liberation from material enjoyment. Others want siddhis. What kind of siddhis? Yoga, eightfold yoga process has so many siddhis attached to it. They want that. Therefore, the result is that shokalaya shanto. None of them is peaceful. Krishna bhakta ataibo shanto. Kyon? Because he's nishkama. This is the point that Prabhupada is stressing here. Only if you have no desire. Now, how can you be passionate without having any desire? Think about this. Does it make any sense? Raise your hand if you think you understand this. How can you be passionate and have no desire at the same time? It's oxymoronic, isn't it? It sounds opposite, contradictory. But it is possible. How? You embrace Krishna's desire. You completely absorb yourself in Krishna's desire, fulfilling his desire. It's very passionate. To the full extent of our passion, we can indulge in this kind of desire. And in fact, we should. Our Mayavadi friends, impersonalists, they will never admit this, but they can't stay for very long in that so-called liberated state either. Actually, everybody wants this. What is the essence of passion in this world? Let's be honest. What is it? The essence of passion? Earn money. Well, that's because you're an Indian, they say it like that. But essence of passion is love, actually. You can have all the money in the world, but nobody will love you and you will not love anyone else. Does this sound very good? No, it doesn't. We all know this. Intuitively, we know this. So, only in Krishna Bhakti can you become completely absorbed in variety, desire, emotion, society, friendship, love, adi, 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 and not be entangled by that in the world of karma. That's the only way it's possible. Impersonal Shanti does not accommodate all desires, all forms, all variety, all emotions. No, none of this is allowed. And it's very artificial. And for that reason, it doesn't attract anybody. And even if they go to this society or that mission every Sunday and hear something, and then they go home and they're not Shanta for very long. It's a fact. So that doesn't really satisfy. It's very artificial, and Buddhism is even worse, actually. So Krishna Bhakti means sarvopadhi vinirmuktam tat paratvena nirmalam hrishikena hrishikesha sevanam bhakti ruchyate. Nadad Muni says, when you're freed from all external upadhis. What does upadhi mean? Some title or some designation of some sort, right? When we go to college or we get some prize, they give us some upadhi, right? Sangeet Visharad ban gaya. So, this is upadhi. But sarva upadhi vinirmuktam, when you have no upadhi, I'm not a brahmana, I'm not a kshatriya, I'm not a vaishya, I'm not a shudra, I'm not a banker, I'm not an IT engineer, I'm not a white, black, young, old, rich, poor, adi, adi, adi. None of these things. Sarva upadhi vinirmuktam. Tat parat vena nirmalam, and you are as pure as that Supreme Personality of Godhead. Can you actually be as pure as the Supreme Lord? Can you? Yes, you can. Absolutely you can. It doesn't mean that you become the Supreme Lord. Many people try to convince you that you will. But when that kind of Supreme Lord gets a toothache, he still goes to the dentist, right? Not much of a Supreme Lord in my opinion. So, tat paratvena nirmalam, you can become as transcendental as Bhagavan without becoming Bhagavan. And the only one way to do that is by hrishikena hrishikesha sevanam. You take your senses, hrishika means senses, and you engage those in the service of that person who actually gave you those senses, and the person who actually controls your senses. Because if you're honest, you can admit you cannot control your senses completely. Cannot do it. We fall to the tongue, we fall to the mind, we fall to anger, we fall to lust, anger, greed, envy, madness, illusion, all these flaws that we have, shat-adis they're called. We fall to this all the time because we actually have no control over our senses. But if we take those senses and engage them in the service of Hrishikesha, the person who created them, the person who controls them, the person who will take them away, then that is called bhakti. And that bhakti allows us to be absorbed in desire, but it's to have no desire at the same time, because it's not our desire, it's his desire. You try to fulfill what Krishna's purpose is in this world, you will be satisfied, your senses will be engaged, everyone else will also be happy with you if you're doing it correctly. This is bhakti. This is the only way to do this. And at the same time, you will not be entangled by karma, and everything else will entangle you. So that's what he's getting at here. For one who always remembers me without deviation, I'm easy to obtain, O son Pratap, because of his constant engagement in devotional service. Mam chayo vyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samatityaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Krishna says elsewhere, chapter 14, he says, when a person is engaged like this, 24/7 in pure devotional service, that person is no longer touched by the modes of material nature. What are these modes of material nature? Who can tell me what are the modes of material nature? Passion, goodness, ignorance, yes. Sometimes we're just enveloped in sloth and foolishness and, just brain fog, we call it now, post-COVID. That's called tamoguna. Or you just, like I went the other day, you go to Duffy Square in New York City, that's solid tamasic environment there. Solid tamoguna, looks to me. So, or sometimes we're overwhelmed by passion, frenetic activity, strong desire. People will do anything to fulfill their passion in this world, any sinful thing even. Nunam pramatta kurate vikarnama yarindriya priteya apranoti. When we think that we are this material body, then whatever the material body demands, we'll do that thing because we're servants after all. And we already decided we've not got much control over our senses. So when the body demands, we have to kowtow to the body. We have to bow down. So that's passion. Sometimes also we're in the mode of goodness. We feel a little virtuous and we give charity, and then what happens? Immediately we become puffed up. Oh, I'm liberated now, or I know something. And see, this is the flaw with the mode of goodness. It conditions you to a sense of happiness, and it tends to make people a little proud. Those who are more sattvic, they kind of look down on everybody else. That's its ugly side. So here Krishna is saying that because of constant engagement in devotional service without deviation, he becomes easy to obtain. So devotee, pure devotee, he is completely absorbed in everything that he wants to be absorbed in, and at the same time, because nothing in it is for him, he's untouched. Rupa Goswami has given a beautiful analogy like this. Everybody watches movies? Raise your hand if you sometimes see movies. Initiated devotees will not raise their hands. Why do we like to go and see movies? Actually, people like to go and see war movies, correct? Especially the men. They have, they like to see people getting blown to bits. Because it's not you suffering when you see that person, and you also have the knowledge that that person does not exist, actually. He's just a fictitious character. So this is the transcendental aspect of selfless engagement in the sensual world. You can have all of your senses satisfied, you can have your mind satisfied, your emotions will be satisfied, everything's satisfied. But you don't suffer because there's no karma involved. Movies are not like that, just in case anybody gets the wrong idea. The extent of the analogy here is that when we see a drama or a movie, it is in some abstract sense, it's like a transcendent experience. At least we transcend our ordinary daily experience in life, even if it doesn't free us from karma the way devotional service does. But devotional service is like that in the sense that we're not attached to whatever we're doing. We may be doing so many things, and it's enjoyable. Everybody comes here on Sunday largely to take prasadam because it's enjoyable. Sometimes we like the kirtan, depends on who's singing. And sometimes we like to hear the class, depending on how much, we can sit through a lecture. So these are practical things devotees do. They engage their senses in the service of Hrishikesha, the person who actually owns them, the person who conferred them upon us, the person who will take them away from us at any moment, the person for whose purpose it actually exists, our these senses. Look at it this way. In the Dharma Shastra, there's a verse. Prata prabodhito Vishnu Hrishikeshena yatvaya. My dear Lord Hrishikesh, thank you. You've wakened me up in the morning. When your alarm clock goes off, especially if it goes off too early, you can get up or maybe you won't get up. It depends on how tired you are. Yad yad karyasi shana tad koromi tavajnaya. And then the next thing you're supposed to say, this is upon awakening in the morning. Whatever you want me to do today, I'm going to do that thing by your order. This is devotee. But the point that I'm making here is that just because your alarm clock rings, that doesn't mean that you're getting up. Have you experienced this? Yes, you have. Because we can't control our senses. Who controls our senses? If you remember how to tie your shoes in the morning, is that your doing? Or is it Paramatma? Mata smritir jnanam apohanam cha, he says in Bhagavad Gita. I'm the one who supplies you memory, what to do. I supply you bewilderment also. If that's what you want, I'll give it to you. And he does. Look around and see. So, Hrishikesha means the person who actually owns and controls these senses. So by his mercy, really, is what it is. We can control our senses. It can be done. Not by us, by him. This is what the devotee sees. All right, so I'm going to go on now because I don't want to dilate too much on that. But perfect peace belongs to him alone, not to those who strive for personal gain. Whereas the Jnana Yogi, Karma Yogi, or Hatha Yogi has his own selfish interests, A perfect devotee has no desire other than to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Remember I said, we're not absorbed in our own desires, or rather the desires of our bodies and minds. We're instead absorbed in the desires of the Supreme Lord. And that's actually our own desire, eternal desire. Other things just come and go. A pure devotee. Therefore the Lord says that for anyone who is unflinchingly devoted to him, he's easy to attain. Now easy, sulabha, this is the word used here. You know, easy is one thing, simple is another thing. Krishna consciousness is very simple. In that sense, it's easy. But it's not easy in another sense. It's not easy in the sense that we're very infected. Our hearts, I mean to say, are so infected that we don't like these principles so much. And this is the first leg of dharma in this Kali Yuga. If you're honest enough to at least admit that much, then you can make progress. But if you're trying to pull the wool over everybody else's eyes and trying to pull it over your own eyes also, you're never going to get anywhere. And you'll never get anything worthwhile out of this process. So that's why Prabhupada is quoting this couplet from Chaitanya Charitamrita. Bhukti mukti siddhi kami shakalaya shanto Krishna bhakta nishkama taibo shanto. A pure devotee always engages in devotional service to Krishna in one of his various personal features. Krishna has various plenary expansions and incarnations such as Rama and Nrsimha, and a devotee can choose to fix his mind in loving service to any of these transcendental forms of the Supreme Lord. Such a devotee meets with none of the problems that plague the practitioners of other yogas. Bhakti yoga is very simple and pure and easy to perform. Does Krishna say this in Bhagavad Gita? Anybody know about this? Does Krishna say these things? How do we know this is true? Yes. He says, Susukham kartum avyayam. What else does he say? Pratyakshaavagamam dharmyam. You can directly realize this. And it's very happily performed, not easy, happy. Here he says it's easy. There he says, Susukham kartum. It's an easy thing to do. It is, actually, happy and easy at the same time. So, one can begin by chanting Hare Krishna. Let's do it. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. The Lord is merciful to all. But as we have already explained, he is especially inclined toward those who always serve him without deviation. The Lord helps such devotees in various ways. As stated in the Vedas, particularly Katha Upanishad 1:2.23, Yame Vaisha Vrinote Tena Labhya Tasyaisha Atma Vivrinote Tunam Swam. You know what that means? Anybody know that verse? It means you cannot gain the Supreme Lord by your own efforts, by your great learning. Even if you become a famous kathakar, you cannot necessarily gain Krishna even by that. So how do you get Krishna? Who realizes Krishna? The person that Krishna chooses realizes Krishna. It's mercy. It's not your doing. Just like you can't control your senses, only Hrishikesh can do that for you. Otherwise, we've already experienced. The alarm clock rings and I don't hear it because the mercy of Hrishikesh was not there. So in the same way, we may be, Rupa Goswami actually writes this in one of his Sanskrit poems. He says, who am I to sing of your glories like this? Really, I mean, the things that devotees have, great sages and devotees have done for you, I don't know any of these things. We can all glorify Krishna in so many ways, but to actually realize Krishna, to actually personally interact with Krishna, to please Krishna to such a degree that Krishna personally comes and tells you what to say, as he did with Srila Prabhupada, that's not so easy thing. Well, I don't want to contradict myself. It is easy. in the sense that it is simple, but it's not easy in the sense that we're opposed to the principle of devotional service. And if we're honest, we should admit that. We actually have some infection within our heart that needs to be removed. Hridroga, it's called in the Srimad Bhagavatam. All right, so one who is fully surrendered and engaged in devotional service to the Supreme Lord can understand the Supreme Lord as he is. How many places has Krishna said this throughout Bhagavad Gita? Multiple places. You have to look in Bhagavad Gita. You have to open it up, first of all, and then when you read it, you have to consider the things that Krishna says twice or 2 or 3 times. That's important. You got to get that one. Like when the teacher writes on the chalkboard something in class 3 times, it's going to be on the test, zarur. So you have to pay attention. Dadami buddhi yogam tam. The Lord gives such a devotee sufficient intelligence so that ultimately the devotee can attain him and his spiritual kingdom. What do you have to do in that case? Anybody know that verse? Chapter 10, text 10. Tesham satata yuktanam, Baba satata yukta. Not just in the morning. Yes. Yeah. Kind of all the voices merged, but Tesham satata yuktam. It's just like he says in chapter 12, the same thing. Satatam yogi, yatatma dhrita nishchayaha. You have to be a yogi all the time, not just in the Brahma Muhurta, or later than that, if you're an IT engineer. So, Tesham satata yuktanam padatam. And what kind of bhajan do you do? Priti Purvaga bhajan. Really full of love. Put your heart into this and see what happens. Treat him like a person and see how he responds. You will see. This is experience only. You will experience it. Dadami buddhi yogam tam. Tam, Krishna says. To that person, I give everything he requires. Yena mam upayanti te. So this is what he's quoting here. The special qualification of the pure devotee is that he's always thinking of Krishna without deviation. Without deviation. That means he's not thinking about the finals. Yesterday in Manhattan, we saw that, or the day before, I think it was, crazed crowd in Times Square, mostly drunken Brazilians. I mean, just absorbed in this stuff. So, if we get distracted by those things, that's, maybe not necessarily sinful, but it's not going to help you to cultivate the kind of undeviating devotion that attracts Krishna's attention in this way. You have to be serious. A little bit serious you have to be. Always thinking of Krishna without deviation, without considering the time or place. There should be no impediments. He should be able to carry out his service anywhere and at any time. Some say that the devotee should remain in a holy place like Vrindavan or some holy town where the Lord lived, but a pure devotee can live anywhere and create the atmosphere of Vrindavan by his devotional service, even in Plainfield, New Jersey, or what are some of the other local towns? Edison, New Jersey, or Kya? Yeah. Anyway, you all know. Wherever you live, why not? You can make that place Vrindavan. You invite Tulsi and you worship her. Don't treat your guests badly. You can chant Hare Krishna. You can read Srila Prabhupada's books. He stayed up every night writing these books while the rest of the world slept. Why? Only so that we would still have them in 2026 in New Jersey. So show some gratitude. Open the books and read them. See what they say. Even Bhagavad Gita Kinchidadhita, Shankaracharya already said. Even a little bit. One verse, one purport every day is not much. It will change you internally. Viplava hoga. Zarur. So, What else does he say? It was Sri Advaita who told Sri Lord Chaitanya, wherever you are, O Lord, there is Vrindavan. Or Narad Muni, right? We have the famous verse. Who knows which one I'm thinking of? Famous verse about kirtan. It's usually Naham vasami vaikunte yoginam hridayeshu cha yatra mad bhakta gayanti tatra tishtami narada. Yes. We're all sitting here today, right? What are we doing? Gayanti. We're glorifying Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Was he listening? Yeah, were you listening? He's listening. 24/7, antaryami, dil mein rehte hain. Or he's listening to, how is she doing? Is she actually hearing Srimad Bhagavatam? Is he actually chanting his rounds attentively? He's full attention paying. Make no mistake about it. We're the ones who are spaced out. We're the ones who are the flunkies, right? It's like when children, when they don't pay attention in class, they have to come back in the same class the next year. How humiliating is that? So we're doing this life after life after life. We keep coming back. You get another material body, deep fake personality. And you have to deal with all that. Every single time you got to learn again. This devotee in Mumbai says, Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall, Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All this stupid stuff we have to fill our antahakarana with. And it stays in your mind for over 50 years. I can remember when I was a kid. Felix the cat, the wonderful, wonderful cat. Do they still have that? I don't know. I haven't watched this stuff but you don't want to contaminate your subtle body with that kind of nonsense. Instead, you rise early in the morning, you hear Srimad Bhagavatam. Shushrusho Sharadhanasya Vasudeva Katharuchi Syan Mahat Sevaya Vipra Punya Tirtana Shevanat. This kind of thing should be in your body. Do you know what it means? Anybody can tell me, what does that verse mean? The question is raised. We're talking about how the chanting about Krishna, his glories, chanting his holy name ityadi, this thing will free you from all sinful reactions. But the Sridhar Swami raises the question, what if I don't have a taste for hearing? Then what? And this verse, Shukadeva answers, if you serve sinless devotees, pure devotees, then you will gain a taste. Inconceivably, you will gain a taste for hearing about Vasudeva. This is a great secret. So, these are the things that we should be learning from the time that we're young. Certainly, if we have children, these are the things that you should try to inspire in your children. Otherwise, what will they have to thank you for? All they do in life is learn Python and AI and all this nonsense. So, all right. As indicated by the words satatam and nityashaha, which both mean always, regularly, or every day, a pure devotee constantly remembers Krishna and meditates upon him. These are qualifications of the pure devotee, for whom the Lord is most easily available or attainable. Bhakti Yoga is the system that the Gita recommends above all others. Generally, the Bhakti Yogis are engaged in 5 different ways. Shanta Bhakta, engaged in devotional service in neutrality. What's an example of a Shanta Bhakta? No. Yamuna River, some say, cows, the trees, right? Dust of Vrindavan, this is all Shanta Rasa. Not really doing too much. And Dasya Bhakta, engaged in devotional service as a servant. Sakhya Bhakta, engaged as a friend. Vatsalya Bhakta, engaged as a parent. And Madhurya Bhakta, engaged as a conjugal lover of the Supreme Lord. In any of these ways, the pure devotee is always constantly engaged in the transcendental, loving service. Transcendental. Pehli baat ye hai ki transcendental hona chahiye. Right? That otherwise it's like, we call it prakrita or chaya bhakti, bhakti abhas, any number of names we have for it. But it has to be on the transcendental liberated platform. That's not a cheap thing. Krishna discusses this in chapter 18 of Bhagavad Gita. No more kangshati, no more shochati, prasannatma rehana hamesha. Can you do that? Are you doing it? No. See? So to be liberated, first of all, that is what provides the substrate. Substrate ka matlab kya hai? Adhara, right? We all have our cards. Those of us who live in India. Adhara means basis, foundation. The foundation of bhakti is to be liberated. It's not such an easy thing. I mean, I don't want to contradict myself, but it's a very deep thing. Bhakti is not so. It's not just for the fools and for the uneducated people or less intelligent people. No, bhakti is a very deep, deep thing. So transcendental. What's the second aspect of this jargon that Prabhupada uses a lot? Transcendental, loving. That bhava hona chahiye bhi. You have to have some feeling. And that also doesn't come so easily. Why? Because first you have to have some faith. You don't even have any faith. How are you going to feel anything? Faith you have to invest. Where do you invest your faith? You have to find good association of people whose faith is deeper than yours, people who are like you enough that you can relate, but people who are deeper than you, more advanced than you, and people who are kind to you also. That's important. Kyonki mercy is absolutely necessary. And then when you invest your association in that faith, what happens? Third thing, bhajana kriya. You begin to engage in devotional service. From bhajana kriya, what happens? Anartha nivrati hona. All the unwanted things, all the misconceptions, the bad habits, the negativity, sab kuch shuddha ho jaye. Or, uske baad, nishtha hona. You should be fixed now because there's no predators anymore. Like when they introduce a species into this ecosphere, that's alien to this environment, they usually end up taking over. Any biologists here, you can confirm. They usually end up taking over because there's nobody there who lives there who's going to hunt them down and kill them all, right? This is what happened in Florida. They have these kudzu vines. They grow everywhere, and they just choke everything out. So, when there's no natural predators in the form of kama, krodha, lobha, mada, moha, matsarya, ityadi in our hearts any longer, then our bhakti can become nishtha. And from nishtha bhakti, then things happen very fast. It's like very, very, very fast. Then, after nishtha, you get some real ruchi, liberated ruchi. And you get, that ruchi is so sweet, what is your response? You get attached. Prabhupada told John Lennon, who was at the time addicted to heroin, you get addicted to Krishna consciousness. And asakti, when it progresses even further, bhava hona. And Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, puta mad bhavam agataha. Bahavo jnana tapasa puta mad bhavam agataha. Many, many people in the past, he told Arjuna, just to encourage his faith, many, many people have already done this, my friend. They've already done it. How did they do it? They became purified by the austerity of knowledge. They took the austerity to open Bhagavad Gita as it is. There's a little austerity to open it up and read it, because nobody reads anything except Facebook nowadays. So that's a little austerity, but taking that austerity, as Shankara said for the third time, Bhagavad Gita kinchit adhita, just a little bit, it's enough. Bahut kuch hona. And this austerity of knowledge purifies us, and when we're purified, then we can actually advance through all these stages we've mentioned already and come to the stage of bhava bhakti. That is loving service. We're talking about three things: transcendental, loving, and the third thing, you have to do something. Any Tamils here? Raise your hand. Anybody here from Tamil Nadu? Yes. Nallarikku. So, service. I was in, what is that place called? Alavar Tirunagari. And this Velukuri Krishnan, he has an ashram there. You know what his trust is called? Kinchit Karam Trust. What is the meaning of that? It's Sanskrit. Anybody should guess. Do something. Don't just sit there. Do something. I'd like that. This is Prabhupada's spirit. Do something. So first become transcendental, then develop this loving attitude, and then do something for Krishna. Bharate bhumite hoilo manusya janma jar, janma shartha kori koro parupakar. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has also given this agnya, open order to everyone. If you are born in Bharat Bhumi, understand you are a naturally designated ambassador of India's spiritual heritage for the rest of the world, because you know things that nobody else knows. You may know everything wrong about Krishna, but at least you know that he's there. Some people are so covered over, they don't even know that they themselves are there. There are many people, Buddhists, as we mentioned already, Anatman, this is their dogma. There's no soul, that's what they say. What is it reincarnates every lifetime according to the Buddhists? The mind only. And the mind is eventually dissolved into nirvana, nothing, like a flame that's snuffed out. So, transcendental, loving service. When a devotee is fixed in these three things, and most people translate the word bhakti, how does it translate? What does bhakti mean? You're all reading Prabhupada's books. But most people will answer in one word. What does bhakti mean? Devotion. Devotion means nothing. Prabhupada has spelled it out very clearly. First of all, transcendental hona chahiye. Secondly, bhav hona chahiye. Our third, seva hona chahiye. Yeah. Transcendental loving service. Why does he say this again and again and again and again and again and again and again? To make us think about it. So like he said, before you become Krishna conscious, first you have to become, pay attention. Why does he say this? What does it mean? As I was challenging you a minute ago, how do you know what Prabhupada said is true? You have to know. And in order to know what's happening, you have to read these books, Bhagavad Gita especially, Srimad Bhagavatam, better yet. And there's more after that, according to your taste. All right, so there's many other things that we can say here, but it's approaching 7:20 something. Maybe I should stop here, and if anybody has any questions or any comments, we would love to engage with those. Just raise your hand if you have any burning questions about which you're going to lose sleep tonight. Yes, sir. Yes. Yes. Yeah, I agree. I didn't actually say that you can become as pure as Krishna without becoming part of Krishna. That's not what I said. I said you can become as pure as Krishna without becoming Krishna. We are already part of Krishna. That's our eternal constitution. We don't have to gain that from some other source. So to get back in touch with our actual constitutional nature, that is how we become as pure as Krishna. Because we are qualitatively the same as Krishna, but quantitatively very tiny. Look at it this way. Ramanujacharya gives this example. You have the entire ocean, okay? And then you have a drop of water from that ocean. That drop contains all the constituent elements that are in the entire ocean, but only in one small drop. Why does that matter? If you get the drop on your head, it's not a problem. What happens if the ocean hits you on the head? Yeah, samaptva. So, this is the distinction. We're small, tiny. We're just like Krishna, just like him. Like him, not him. He's great. We're small. This is the lesson.
To all sin again.
Yes, that's right. Very good. You have learned something. Did everybody hear what he said? Becoming Krishna conscious, in effect, he said, means you identify yourself as a drop of water and not try to merge back into the ocean of water. Yeah, very good. You got it, sir. Let's all give him a hand. Okay, anything else? Yes. Microphone out he had.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thanks so much for your beautiful lecture. How about, there are many people who don't like to read the Bhagavad Gita. How would they understand what Krishna is saying?
Didn't quite hear what you said.
Yeah, there are many people who don't like to read, so how will they understand? Yeah.
Well, the process is actually Shravanam Kirtanam. So if you cannot read, or if you maybe just don't like to read, I mean, you should try, because Prabhupada instructed us. But you can hear. This is the point. Anybody can hear. You just need 2 ears. Even if you only have 1 ear, you can still hear. So that's the process. Do it. What does Krishna say? That one Bhagavad Gita verse in the whole Bhagavad Gita that Prabhupada spoke on more than any other verse in Bhagavad Gita. Anybody know what it is? Which verse did Prabhupada speak about most from Bhagavad Gita? 7.1. And what does he say there? Maya saktamana partha yogam yunjam adashraya. Yeah, he knows. Asamshayam samagram mam yatha jnasasi tat shrinu. Shunlo. Means, if you want to know me without any doubts fully, then just hear. Just hear. Hear. This is the point. I don't care how you do it. I don't even care how much you do it. But do it every day. And you will become purified. That is guaranteed. Or for her, I should say Kandipa. Okay? Anything else?
Have 5 minutes. Prabhu will speak about
Yeah. I'll say
Bhadra Purnima.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you so much for the wonderful
this last
class.
question, Bhima Prabhu is going to speak.
Prabhuji, you mentioned that Krishna would specifically choose whom does he want to offer mercy.
Yes.
So I was wondering what exactly is in our control that we can execute so as to achieve that mercy.
Kuch nahi, bilkul. What is in our control? You decide to engage yourself in Bhagavad Gita. But as far as mercy goes, we cannot control that at all. No say. But you can decide to perform that process that is virtually guaranteed to inspire Krishna to give you his mercy. But you have to wait for that. No guarantees about when or how it comes. That part is, we have absolutely no control. But you do have control. Look at it this way. Somebody said, it's guaranteed that there's a lot of talk over on this side. I don't know who's doing it. It's guaranteed that with every breath you can chant Hare Krishna. It is not guaranteed that you will do so. Neither is it guaranteed that you have even one more breath to take. Think about that. Okay, I'm going to stop here. I hope that's okay. Otherwise, we can talk later. Bhima Prabhu. Thank you very much. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
So if somebody can't read, we got just a thing for them. And that's called the Transcend app. There's an app you can download on your cell phone or on your computer. And it has all of Srila Prabhupada's books in audio. You can play it in your car, you can play it in your house while you're doing your laundry, you can always be listening to Srila Prabhupada's books. The whole Srimad Bhagavatam's there, the Chaitanya Charitamrita, all the small books, Bhagavad Gita, Teachings of Lord Chaitanya, Nectar of Devotion, Nectar of Instruction. 80 books. And it's only $100, that's all. You can get it. You just go to transcendstore.com. You register there. You select the language pack. There's 11 languages: Tamil, Telugu, Marathi, Hindi, Gujarati, Bengali, Odia, Malayalam, and English, of course. So you can go there, transcendstore.com, and get all the books in audio and in digital. So both things are there in the app. You can read, you can hear, both are available. Srila Prabhupada's books. Stay tuned, and don't drop out, but drop in to the spiritual world. Hare Krishna. So in 1966, Srila Prabhupada started this International Society for Krishna Consciousness. And this year is 2026, and it's been 60 years of ISKCON. So we're so much in debt to Srila Prabhupada. He's given us this ISKCON movement, in which his books are available. Beautiful deities are available. Just see Sri Sri Radha Shamsar. Anything more beautiful than that? Huh? Sri Sri Radha Shamsundar ki. So, in this ISKCON, there's association. By that association of devotees, we can learn so many things. We're benefited in so many ways. Right? And there's Krishna Prasadam. So, in celebration of that, just like if the guru gives you something, you should give some dakshin. Something you should give. Right? So, there's a program for that you can never repay the spiritual master for what he's given, but you got to try. Right? So out of appreciation for all the things that Srila Prabhupada has given us, this ISKCON movement and all the different aspects of it, the goal is to distribute 100,008 Srimad Bhagavatam sets. So the first time I heard that, I thought, wow, that's a lot. Right? But when I saw the enthusiasm of the devotees in different parts of the world and in India, I realized that we can do this, if we all just jump in and try, the Lord can help make it happen. He can make it happen. When we first did the Bhadra Purnima Bhagavatam set distribution in Bombay, right, in Juhu, we did 35 sets, right, but gradually increased. And now regularly we're doing every year, 3,000 Srimad Bhagavatam sets. But this year, for the pleasure of Srila Prabhupada, we got to bump it up to 5,000 sets. But we can do it. I don't know what the pledge is here in central New Jersey, but whatever it is, we need to get out there and do it for the pleasure of Srila Prabhupada. And the other thing is, the 50th anniversary of Srila Prabhupada's disappearance is next